YouTube. You already know. It's the Latin assassin himself, Big Lou, tapping back in with what it do with Big Lou. NFZR2. Baby, baby. Excuse me. First time you come into the channel, it'd be highly appreciated if you subscribe, like, and share the channel with your family, friends, folks, peoples, gente, buddies, pals, amigos, amicos, and like us Puertorriqueños, Boricuas, Ibaritos, say, panas, vaya. Excuse me. So as you can tell from that thumbnail, last night, huge event, Saudi Arabia, who's starting to become the, some would say, the new mecca for boxing, right? Big, huge box office numbers as far as what they're getting paid. Saudi Arabia has like money they probably use to wipe their arses with, you know what I'm saying, when they use the bathroom. But last night was a heavyweight bout, 10 round bout between two-time ex heavyweight champion Anthony Joshua and former UFC heavyweight champion Francis Ngannou. Uh, Two hulking figures, right? Joshua 6'6", all yoked up, muscled up, right? And Ngannou 6'4", not quite. I mean, he's all cut up, a hulking figure as well, but I think Joshua's a little bit bigger. I mean, obviously height wise he's bigger, but I think he's got more size, a little more mass size on him, right? I think he came in weighing like two. What was he, like 242? I think he was, and Ngannou was like 260, 265, something like. I think that's what it was. Anyways, right off the bat, first round of just a straight right, boom, puts him down, puts Ngannou down. He takes a knee, you know what I'm saying? He didn't, excuse me, he didn't take a knee. He went to get up, stood on one knee, waited to the 8 count, and then the ref shakes your gloves and tells you to step this way to see if how well you step that way, if you ain't all spaghetti legged up and stuff. You know what I'm saying? So the first round ended. Second round, he's trying to throw a few. He's throwing some blows. You know what I'm saying? He's dangerous if he hits you, of course. But Joshua again, bam, hits him with it, like kind of like it was a right, straight right, but it was kind of like maybe half. Ah, yeah, I guess just a straight right. I was gonna say it was kind of like a overhand right, but not like a haymaker type overhand right, but more just you know a, a straight right, but it was kind of like a little more came down more, as an angle. I can't tell you what degree or nothing like that, but I could be wrong. You know what I'm saying? It might have just been just a straight right. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, this time he hit him. He just buckled him. His leg bent behind him and everything. He just fell like he just limp. He was limp. I don't think you can fake that. I'm not saying anybody said he faked it. I'm just saying you can't fake that. You know what I'm saying? And so the Joshua, I mean, I would say Joshua came out and did his thing and showed that he still has something there. You know what I'm saying? On the other hand, the last time Ngannou fought was against the current WBC and Lineal heavyweight champion Tyson Fury, which he dropped Tyson Fury, and then it went the distance, and Tyson got the win. A lot of people say that Francis Ngannou was cheated out the win. Uh, I, I mean, they could go both ways, because he did look pretty good in that bout, but it could have been now after seeing Joshua do what he did. It brings people to question now. That's what Tyson Fury should have did. He should have had no problem doing that against a guy that's a skilled MMA fighter, but straight boxing, he don't have that much skills boxing. Yeah, Mike Tyson's working with him, but it just doesn't go down like that. For example, Jake Paul, he talks all that shit, the Canelo, it's like, dude, you're getting better at your craft. Keep going. You're talking about, what does Jake Paul have now? Maybe 10 fights, 12 fights, professional. Half of them are against ex UFC fighters that are retired, pretty much. I'm not knocking the dude as far as that, but I'm just saying he needs to keep going. How you gonna call out Canelo and talk shit? And this dude's got 60 pro fights. You know what I'm saying? Been fighting since he's 15. Now he's 33 or whatever he is. But anyways, so the question is Tyson Fury washed? Is he starting to not totally washed up? And is he getting there now that he's up in age, right? What is Tyson Fury, about 38 now? 37, 38, maybe 39. I don't know. I'm not sure. I know he's got to be one of those. In professional boxing, just like most professional sports, you don't see 40-year-old champions. I mean, you see it, but it's very far in between. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you got George Foreman did it. You know what I'm saying? And then Bernard Hopkins broke his record. Manny Pacquiao was a 40-year-old champion. You know what I'm saying? Tom Brady was, Carlos Beltran. I think he won a World Series at 40, even though that's baseball, a little bit different. You know what I mean? And all that. Then some, so it's far and in between when you see somebody excel at a high level at 40 years old. LeBron James currently is 39, and he's been in the league 21 seasons. He's averaging 25 points a game this year. If he continues to play next year, I don't see no reason why he wouldn't still have average 20 points a game plus. You know what I'm saying? And that just goes to show you too how certain individuals take their craft very seriously and how they'll do extra things to keep their body in not only motion but also in one piece. You know what I'm saying? If that makes sense to anybody. I remember reading an article one time. It was about that, about 40-year-olds in sports, and they picked one from each sport. I think it was Colbert, Daniel DC, and UFC, boxing. I think it was Pacquiao, basketball. Excuse me, baseball. It was Carlos Beltran. Football was Brady. And basketball, I think it was Vince Carter. But out of all those guys I just named, Vince Carter was not playing at a high level by that age. I mentioned it in the little thing I did the other day on LeBron James that there's 6 other NBA players that reached 21 seasons, and all 6 of them average combined 26.9 points a game. LeBron's averaging 25 alone by himself. So that's just a little tidbit of what Yeah, they're still in the league, but they're coming off the bench, playing limited minutes. Uh, so back to what I was saying about boxing. So now that even though Tyson Fury is still is the reigning WBC and Lineal champion, how would that work out with him and AJ? Would AJ be able to beat him? And I'm going to say yes. I want to say yes because AJ has punching power too. Maybe not as hard as Deontay Wilder, I doubt, and maybe not even as hard as Francis. But when you put together skill, right? He's able to use the jab. He's able to work off the jab, and set it up for some power punches. You know, Tyson also, he's got skill too, and so, but but in my opinion, I think Anthony Joshua would get him. Deontay Wilder at this point, I don't think. From the last showing we seen against David Parker, uh, I wouldn't even. Wilder shouldn't even be getting in that ring with no Tyson Fury, nor Anthony Joshua. I think Anthony Joshua would catch him too, and knock him out. Not to say he don't have a puncher's chance, but Deontay Wilder is getting older as well, and it might have already took a toll on him in the different way that it does to most athletes when they get that age. Just something to think about. It might not be true, what I'm saying, for him personally, but overall, in the general sense, it is true. Otherwise, like I said, you'd see a whole bunch of 40-year-old champions. And usually by that age, that's already, retirement time. You know what I'm saying? Um, you see a lot of boxers over the years come back, get in the ring. That's because they needed money. You know what I'm saying? A lot of them, Bernal Duran, Muhammad Ali, Larry Holmes, different guys. You know what I'm saying? Over the years, that needed money. And but yeah, I think I'd be curious to see what anybody in the comment section says about this. Did Tyson Fury just have an off night that night against Ngannou? Is he getting starting to become? Is he starting to go towards being washed up because of his age, or maybe not? Let me say washed up. Maybe I'll say this: is he going more towards that? It's obviously apparent that he's lost a step or two. You know what I'm saying? Of overall skills and movement and power. Not well, power is the last thing to go, but all them things that he once possessed as part of his craft on a high level. You know what I'm saying? At a high tech level. So, you know what I'm saying? But I think that Joshua is. I think Joshua would beat him. That's what I think. Unless Tyson obviously knocks him out, then it'd be over. But I think skill level. I don't think Joshua is too far behind him in skill level. Um, you know what I mean? But it has been proven that Joshua has a I want to say, I don't know how many times Tyson Fury's been rocked, but we know that Deontay Wilder dropped him like 4 or 5 times. He got dropped by Ngannou, and I know he's was it Otto Wallen that dropped him? I think Otto Wallen dropped him. I think it was. Well, anyways, we have we've seen it with both fighters where they been dropped, but Tyson's never been knocked out, and Joshua was counted out at what TKO against Andy Ruiz, the first one, and then he got outboxed by Usyk twice. So those are his 3 losses. But yeah, it'd be interesting to see if we ever get that. And like I said, I think Deontay Wilder is out of the picture now. Um, and pretty much that's you got Usyk, Joshua, Fury, the Asian dude Zhang Bang, uh, um, Joe Parker still. Did I say David Parker earlier? Joseph Parker, excuse me. Joe Parker's still around. Andy Ruiz is still around. Joyce is, I think he's on the outside of the top 10 or towards the very bottom now after losing twice to Zhang Bang Zhang or whatever his name is, the Chinese dude. And so yeah, I mean it's still don't get me wrong. If Deontay Wilder fought Anthony Joshua, I think they would get numbers. A lot of people would buy it. Wilder and Fury again, I'm not sure about that one. I would probably say no. People wouldn't buy it because we already seen them 3 times, and really, and then it's 1 draw and 2 losses for Wilder. So, what do you think about that? You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, comment section, drop some comments. Let me know what you think, your perspective on how Francis fought, how Joshua fought, what the future holds for Joshua, and what could happen with Fury or whoever else you guys might think. But I was gonna say that Francis, you know, that's the other part that I didn't mention. In the Fury fight, did he just get lucky, or was he able to put together the game plan that him and Mike Tyson went over, and that's what kept him in the fight to go the whole distance, or was it the other way on the flip side, in that Tyson Fury was uh, obviously not on his A game, but was that due to the fact that he lost a step or two, his skill on the skill level, and his just eligibility to move, and anything that has to do with moving and on the defense level, and also on the offensive level, throwing counter punches and sticking and moving and whatever else. So highly appreciate it if you drop the comment, hit that like button, hit the like button. Also, when you're subscribing, hit the subscribe button. Follow that up with the bell. Hit the bell notification button, and then it'll give you a couple of options. Hit all, and you'll be alerted by YouTube every time a video is dropped from this channel. And with that being said, Big Lou's gonna happen on out. Oh yeah, there's a big stack card tonight, UFC 299, I believe it is. I'll be doing a video on that, telling who's fighting. All right, peoples, I'm gone.